Welcome to Pet Allies Adoption Minute, sponsored by Sholo TV. I'm Jill Tinkel with my little co-host Odie, and today he brought all the guests. RJ, I just think he's trying to overcompensate for being gone, out sick like he was, and so now he's like overperforming. He was a little bit worried that his brother Baxter was going to take his place permanently.
Yeah. Baxter was a pretty handsome guy.
He was handsome. He did pretty good too, way better than we thought he would. So Odie says, Baxter, I got this from now on.
My POC first.
Exactly, and I'm bringing in lots of guests at one time just to show you I can. So tell us a little about the folks to your right there first.
This is Jennifer. She's on our board. We just love having her. She's very active for us, and we appreciate people that are so energetic and volunteering. And she is holding Lassie, whose owner died. Lassie's a 7-year-old Australian Shepherd, and we needed a handler for her because we weren't sure how she'd do with Odie.
Notice we've got them split out. Yeah. Mostly Odie likes to tell our big dog the what for, and so we decided not to have that go on.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that. But she is, she was owned by a single person, was a guy, and was good in the home. And being an Aussie, she's very smart, but she is 7 years old. She does need some grooming, but she loves squeaky toys. Any kind of stuffy toy. Just loves them. She carries them around like they're a little baby.
Oh, how fun.
So it's very cute.
So she'll be a very fun girl. You know what? That whole grooming thing, overrated. We've got so many great groomers in town.
We do.
So many. Just shave it off. Just take them every couple, 3 months and say, shave her down, right, Odie? And that way you don't have to mess with that at all. So that's my suggestion anyway. I waited too long in life to start doing that.
Right.
And it sure does work well. That way you're not dealing with all the hair. So that's what I would do if I had Lassie. Plus then Lassie will be ready to go in on run and hikes and playing tennis ball and won't get overheated. Yeah, we've got all kinds of great groomers. But you have a favorite.
Yes, we use Jessica. We love Jessica.
It does a great job with the shelter pets. And
she does. Perfect Paws also does a great job. They're really close to the shelter, so we love them too.
Exactly. So we just have some great ones. So that's what I would say. Don't worry about that whole grooming thing. You don't need to do that at all. All right. So let's talk about what's going on at the shelter. I heard you're a little bit at capacity, to say the least.
We actually, for the first time, had to put our guillotine doors down in our dog kennels and put dogs on both sides.
Oh my.
We planned for that to happen in case of a fire evacuation, and we did get some evacuees, and so we actually were full. So in order to take them in, we had to get creative. And so it worked out okay. And not something that we really want to do because the dogs get stressed when the shelter's so full. So we're taking names of volunteers who would foster in an emergency situation just for short term and what kind of animals they would want, or maybe they'd come into the shelter and help us because we would need extra people for cleaning and things like that.
Yes, and that means now, and that means you. So maybe you just got here, or you're here just for the summer, or maybe you came here to retire and you're thinking, I'm a little bit on the board side, but I don't want to commit to having a dog year round or anything. What a great way to get a fix. I, in my office, meet a lot of people, honestly, RJ, that are retired. I'm like, you have any pets? And they're like, we'd love to, but we also want to travel. Well, what a great way to get that pet fix is come get a dog or two or a cat or two from you once in a while. Keep it for a week or so, even for a weekend. Everything helps out. Keeps them social, gets them out of there.
Yes.
You're helping out the other dogs because you've cleared out another kennel.
Yes.
And what you're talking about with your guillotine doors is normally these dogs at the shelter now, the new shelter, get to be inside and outside. And so by closing that door, somebody is always inside and somebody's always outside now.
That's correct.
And then you'll have to flip them around all the time, which means more cleaning, more everything actually.
Yes.
So how does somebody go about telling you they'd like to hear more about being a volunteer at the shelter?
They can post on Facebook if they like to talk on Facebook. They're absolutely welcome to post on Facebook that they're interested in doing that. They can call the shelter. They can send us an email. You can go to the website and just click on Contact Us and let us know that you're interested in doing that. So, or you can just come into the shelter and tell us that's what you like to do.
Which is a great thing. That way you can see your way around the shelter, see how it's built. You got a field next door where you can play with the dogs. You've got a great like circle track where you can take dogs for walks or runs.
Right.
Every little bit helps. So everything you would do to volunteer, we don't care.
Right.
Volunteer a little, volunteer a lot.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We just need everything.
Right.
All right. So we want to thank everybody who adopted ducks and attended our event on the 4th of July and made it a great success. We want to thank all of you, and we will be doing that again next year.
We will. It'll be the 4th year next year.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It is crazy. Yeah, so we just thank you for everything. We want to thank you today for joining us here on Sholo TV for Pet Allies Adoption Minute, and we sure hope to see you volunteering at the shelter.
If you would like more information about the shelter, its monthly events, or to schedule an adoption outside of regular hours, please visit www.PetAlliesAz.org or call the shelter at 928-537-8009.